Welcome back to the Chief Auto Parts Winternationals. The young lady we're looking at right now that's working on straightening out those shroud lines, the wife of Jim Epler, Susan Epler. Hard at work in the pit, Steve.
Yeah, but Jim, he's still making sure it's done exactly right, wouldn't you? The pressure has really shifted to this young man, Mike Klober, the crew chief for the Epler organization. He was with Don Prudhomme for a number of years. Took about 2 years off. Now he's up against one of the best crew chiefs in the world, Austin Coyle, seen here firing up John Force's car. Force sitting in the cockpit with the breather apparatus. The nitro fumes accumulate between those trailers, much worse than they do on the starting line. That will be coming up in a bit. But first, it's a Pro Stock Final.
And the Pro Stock Final has Jim Yates, the car we're looking at right now, matching up with the veteran, Jerry Ekman, who was already won on this track before as recently as a couple of years ago. Yates, on the other hand, has never won anything on the NHRA circuit. He gets his tires ready. And a little bit earlier, we were looking at Susan Epler. Well, Tony Yates was in and helping in the pits as well, changing transmission as Steve caught up with her.
What is a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Anything for the team, what can I say? I'm the only one that fits in the car.
Installing the transmission? I haven't seen many Pro Stock wives do this.
Well, I don't get a workout very often on the road, so see, this just keeps me in good shape.
I just thought I'd tell you, your old man is hanging around doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we like it like that.
Well, just like the Epler crew, it's a family affair with the Yates crew as well.
I tell you, the Yates crew, they are having so much fun. They started to show a lot of muscle at the end of last year, making it to the semis, but they've never made it to a final. Now that they have, can they parlay it to a win, their first ever? We're about 7 seconds away from finding out. Jerry Ekman, the bright yellow Pontiac in the near lane, the blue and white Pontiac and old General Motors Pro Stock Final round. Let's watch them. This field today in the Bill Orendorff-owned automobile. Another teen, a 7.19 to go with his national record 7:17. A big top speed, 192 miles an hour.
Well, Jim Yates took a starting line advantage, as we can see on the screen, but it didn't last long. Jerry Ekman's car has just been too powerful all day long. In the middle, it runs so strong. He capped a perfect day with a Winter Nationals crown.
Jerry Ekman has won the Winter Nationals yet again. A great job, a 7:19, a huge speed of 192.
Oh, great, Steve. I figured it would run in the teens again. I was afraid we didn't have quite enough clutch in it because it cooled down pretty quick. But, you know, Steve, I don't even know what to say. I said if I ever got back to the winner's circle here, I'd have a big speech. I'm lost for words. All I can thank is my sponsors, Pontiac and Pennzoil, and my teammates for the job they do to let me drive this fast car.
I'm sure they thank you as well for a great job.
Well, thanks a lot, Steve. And we're thrilled to be here, believe me.
What a way to start a season.
We are now ready for the showdown of the top fuels. It'll be Kenny Bernstein and the surprise on the other side of the track, Jim Head.
Kenny Bernstein only got this far through his slick driving ability. You saw that against D'Amato. Jim Head only got this far because of a lot of luck. And let's remember in the previous round, Head ran a 5:05. Starter Buster Couch, very animated. He wants these two cars up and racing. I think this is a good race, Don Garlits. This is not going to be a runaway either side.
No, it certainly isn't.
The nitro blades licking at the wings in twilight. It is Kenny Bernstein of 496, Jim Head of 498. But Bernstein made it look even worse than it was. He had 700 of a starting line advantage off the starting line, and that's an immense hole shot.
Well, Kenny Bernstein wasn't going to let this one get away. Look at those wheels in the air. Dale Armstrong had that car tuned to perfection, and Kenny Bernstein was wired into the starting line system. He welded Jim Head to the line and won the race.
You know, you guys got behind a little bit with this car, but you never panicked.
Well, you know, that's a hats off to Dale and Wes Cerny and the crew again on the Budweiser Quaker State Top Fuel car. And, of course, I got to say thanks to Dynamax coming aboard and Mac Tools, but they kept at it all weekend. I mean, who would have bet on us last Thursday? I sure wouldn't have.
You may be hard to catch this season.
It's a long year. You got some great competitors out there, believe me, and Jim Head and them, they ran great. I'm proud of them, too, believe me.
We all are. Kenny Bernstein, what a champion.
So Kenny Bernstein, who won here in a funny car back in '87, does it now in '92 in a top fuel, and a well-deserved victory lap for his crew. An excited Kenny Bernstein as we welcome you back to the Chief Auto Parts Winternationals from Pomona, California, the first race of the National Hot Rod Association season. And we have one division to be completed. It's the finals in the funny car. We're looking at the favorite coming in this weekend, John Force, as his crew gets the car started.
John told me that they won last year with consistency. This year they're going to try to rotate the earth with every round because consistency is boring, he says.
There are plenty of drivers that would like to be as boring as John Force, and whenever you see John Force, you'll always find his beautiful girls, Ashley, Brittany, and Courtney, close by, ready for a victory lap if possible. And there is Mike Klober getting the car started for Jim Epler, one of the real surprise stories over the entire weekend. And like John Force, Jim Epler has quite a support staff himself.
Often we have shown you John Force's beautiful family, his pretty little girls. Well, he doesn't have the corner on beautiful women in his life. Over here in the Jim Epler pits, I want you to meet Mandy and Megan Epler. They're 4-year-old twins. And are we having a good time today?
Yeah.
How about you, Megan?
Yeah.
Now, Daddy's got to race John Force in the final round. Can he beat that man?
No.
Megan, I see you riding in the station wagon. You watching Daddy? You're going to cheer for Daddy?
Yeah.
Guess when you're this beautiful, you just don't have to say very much, huh?
I like your attitude, Steve. Not too tough on those questions on the girls as well. Jim Epler on the starting line and ready to go. In his matchup with John Force, under the watchful eye of Mike Klober as crew chief.
John, do you think there's any advantage here as far as the lanes are concerned this time of the day?
I certainly don't think so. I think that Mike Klober has just got to find a little performance.
And Austin Coyle, you can bet he's been in that blue room looking for it as well. Klober against Coyle. Epler against Force. The Epler daughters against the Force daughters. This has truly come down to a family feud. The Winternationals Funny Car Final. Mike Klober has wrenched Jim Epler to his first ever NHRA title, a 5:26 to a 5:32. Don Garlits is part of the starting line celebration.
This has got to be the Cinderella story of the entire event.
It is a Cinderella story. And you know, last year when we were running terrible, I wrote this tribute to Jim. I got it in the truck there. I'd love to read it, but I always felt he was a winner even when we weren't doing so well. So anyway, I don't know what to say. I'm so excited.
Well, he's a winner today.
He sure is.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Wow. Look at that replay. Look at it.
Susan Epler and the Epler crew celebrating his first ever NHRA win as we have an opportunity to look at it once again. That 5:26 for Epler.
Well, John Force took a starting line advantage, and it looked like his car moved out in front and was going to go for another win. But as he got down toward the end, the flames went out in his pipes, and it looked like he might have shut off a bit early, assuring Epler the win.
You still a little stunned here?
Well, I am. I mean, I had no idea I could go this far in eliminations, and to win the thing couldn't be happier.
Go hug those lovely twins of yours.
I will, thank you.
It's been a day of shockers, and the biggest surprise comes at the end of the day in the Funny Car Finals with Jim Epler upsetting John Force. Well, the next time we see you on NBC Sports World, it'll be at Englishtown in New Jersey as the quest for 300 continues. For Steve Evans and Big Daddy Don Garlits, I'm Joel Myers. Thank you for joining us.
This has been NBC's Sports World, and today it was brought to you by Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars, by Mopar.